Part 2. Ashes of an Old Flame. When the betrayer returns. The wind howled through the window frame, rain slamming against the cold, old rooftop. The moonlight mansion lay shrouded in gloom, as if holding its breath before a storm ready to tear everything apart. The next morning, the mansion remained as quiet as usual, but beneath its calm surface, an unseen tremor was creeping through every corridor, ready to shatter the fragile bonds that held its residents together. Luna awoke, with a heavy weight pressing down on her chest. The letter from last night still lay at the foot of her bed, crumpled and damp, twisted by her restless sleep. Don't trust anyone, not even him. Who sent the warning? And why now? Just when her feelings for Loki had begun to blossom. Meanwhile, in a hidden chamber deep beneath the mansion, Loki opened an old wooden chest. Inside were pieces of a past he'd tried to bury. A stack of love letters from Celeste, and then a faded photograph emerged under the flickering candlelight. Loki and Celeste stood side by side at a traditional betrothal ceremony for the Noble Cat Society. They smiled, holding each other close. It contradicted everything he had told Luna. We were just a family arrangement, he had once said, but now, that explanation felt like only half the truth. Or worse, a carefully spun lie. That night, shadows moved at the gates of the mansion. Celeste had returned, elegant, icy, and she wasn't alone. At her side stood Noir, a jet-black Scottish fold with piercing amber eyes. Once, he had been Loki's most loyal guardian, until he mysteriously vanished 2 years ago. Now he stood behind Celeste like a looming spectre. Celeste faced Loki, her voice smooth as silk, but laced with venom. We're going to restore what we lost. And Luna has no place in it. Loki's hands clenched. Noir stepped forward slightly, bowed his head, and uttered just one sentence. I've returned to settle a blood debt. Elsewhere in the mansion, Luna embarked on her own investigation. Her heart whispered doubts, and her mind needed answers. She snuck into the ancient library, where dusty records of all noble members were kept. There, hidden in the farthest cabinet, she found a torn file. But even the few words that remained made her blood run cold. Loki, exiled for involvement in the disappearance of a female cat named C. It didn't take long for Luna to realize it stood for Celeste, but Celeste was alive and powerful. So who was the one that truly disappeared? That night, Luna returned to her room. The window was flung wide open, wind whipping through the curtains. The old letter was gone. In its place lay a photograph, one that made her stomach twist. It was Loki, claws out, tearing into the chest of a female cat. Blood everywhere. Scrawled on the back was a single line. Celeste wasn't the one betrayed. She's the living witness. Luna's hands trembled. Her trust in Loki began to crumble. Love faded into fear, safety into suspicion. The following day, an emergency meeting was called by Lady Margot, the regal Persian matriarch of the Noble Cat Society. Luna, Loki, and Celeste were all summoned. With authority ringing in her voice, Lady Margot slammed her ivory cane against the floor. Someone among us broke sacred law, betrayed our traditions, and caused the mysterious disappearance of one of our own. Celeste stepped forward, calm, composed. I'm ready to reveal everything. A hush fell over the room. 2 years ago, Loki swore he would give up everything for me. But then he met another, a half-blood, a low-born cat. He was caught trying to help her escape, and then she vanished. Lady Margot narrowed her eyes. You're saying, I suspect, she died. By his claws. Gasps erupted. Luna froze. In her heart, she knew exactly who Celeste meant. Iris, her half-sister, a former maid at the mansion, vanished without a trace. After the meeting, Luna confronted Loki in the garden. Her eyes were swollen from holding back tears. Her voice cracked. "Did you once love someone like me? And kill her?" Loki stood silent. Then slowly, he met her gaze and said, with a quiet ache in his voice, "I did love Iris, but I didn't kill her. I failed to protect her," Luna cried out, her voice filled with anguish. "Then why didn't you tell me? Why come close to me, knowing I'm her sister?" Loki staggered, as if the truth had just hit him. "You're Iris's sister." Silence fell. Time stood still. The air grew cold around them. That night, Luna left the mansion, alone, without a word. She needed time and answers. In her mind, Iris's face flickered. Bloody, lost, and unanswered. Behind her, Loki watched in silence, holding a small charm, the one Iris used to wear. It was all he had left of a love that ended in tragedy. From the mansion's highest balcony, Celeste gazed down. A cruel smile curved her lips. The deeper her wound, the further Loki will drift away. Part 2 ends in mist, blood, and buried truths. But how many secrets remain untold? What will Luna do when everything falls apart? Stay tuned for the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the chilling conclusion to this tragic love story.